What's up, my pilots? Angry Poncho here, and we're back playing Pokemon White. This episode is post-commentated, since I have a sore throat. And the only way I can post-commentate, the only way I can drink water, rather, while I'm LPing is to post-commentate it. So look forward to frequent and numerous pauses. For me to swallow and drink water. In this episode, I'd start by putting away all the Pokemon you guys told me were garbage. And then we sort of putz around in the boxes for a while, and eventually get around to asking Professor Juniper how things are going, but I think first I discovered that Bianca sent us some email or something, and it says, "Thank you for taking your time with Match. I was so excited. I was moved. We should match together again. Bye-bye." I like the bye-bye and the sparkling, flashing text, like 1995 webpage GIF, just hilarious. Oh, I can't believe that. You've seen 14 Pokemon in the Unova region! She recommends walking through tall grass. That is a clever way to find wild Pokemon, Professor Juniper. I wouldn't have thought of that myself. And now it's time for exploring! That warehouse, they sell such fun things in there! I scrolled through the dialogue too fast and didn't actually read what he said. That thing you have is a Pokedex, isn't it? Wow, cool! Then she asked me which Pokemon I had at the beginning of my journey, and I tell her I got a freaking Snivy. Here I am, thinking she's going to give me a Fire-type Pokemon to balance out that Snivy and the Water Monkey, but no. She gives us a Miracle Seed, which is a held item that lets Grass-type attacks do more damage. I assume that whichever Pokemon you tell her you have, she'll just give you that kind of item. So maybe, looking back, it would have been better to get something else, but Miracle Seed's still pretty good, and it'll help Snivy out, so I'll go ahead and give it to him. Oh yeah! And now we go ahead and head next door, because I did actually want to see what they were selling. First of all, check the garbage can, and it's empty once again. This guy's talking about dire hits that make your critical hits more likely. And here's the guy who's actually selling this stuff. He's got all these X items that really don't do much for you. Just raise it for one battle. It's pretty shitty, to be honest. Waste your money. Don't buy it. And up here we have two Kung Fu Masters having a staring contest. Oh, actually, they're trading Pokemon over the DS wireless communications. Ooh, we can trade Pokemon from so far away. Thank you, Nintendo. Aren't you enjoying playing this Nintendo game on your Nintendo DS? Oh yes. No fun allowed. And up here, the music becomes distinctly more accordion-ly, which is pretty cool, since this guy up here's playing an accordion. I like little attentions, I like little details like that. I have to say, as far as the Pokemon are concerned in Generation 5, I haven't seen anything really amazing yet, but the details that they've added to the game are pretty good. I'm impressed with the graphical changes for the DS. Look nice, of course, and the 3D terrain looks good. It actually looks so good, I've already gotten completely used to seeing it, and I don't feel like it's sticking out anymore. So that's perfect, it just blends in seamlessly without interrupting the gameplay. And then you have little things like the accordion playing, and that one house with the drums and the piano. This is just good stuff, man. Anyway, we go ahead and put Snivy in the front so we can get some battles done. We got a lot of battles in this video. But this guy doesn't want to actually fight. He wants to give us Rock Smash, which is like, alright, cool, take that shit. I assume we're going to have to use that to get through a cave eventually. And it's super effective against normal types, which is cool, since we don't have any other fighting types yet. If you go straight, it doesn't take long, otherwise it's a maze. So, I guess we're supposed to go straight through that forest once we get to it. And this person won't, fight unless you talk to him, apparently. I was like, alright, cool, I'm looking for battles, so let's do it! We got challenged by Nurse Sherry. Go Snivy! So it's Snivy versus Munna. Same level. Of course, we'll start off with Vine Whip. And then we have our new Miracle Seed, see if we can do a little bit more damage than usual. But unfortunately, apparently Munna's got decent special defense, or whatever Vine Whip is, which is probably physical, so it didn't do too much damage to him. And then they use Imprison. I don't know what Imprison does. It says seal the opponent's moves. I have no idea. And then I fall asleep, and wow. Excitement! Yeah, I told you guys I was having trouble swallowing the other day, and it's like, ooh, it's gotten worse. So, it's because I realized what it was. I have allergies, and I don't usually have them this time of year, but, you know, global warming and all, it's warmer than usual, and we had a couple hot days last week, and a bunch of plants were like, man, it sure is hot out here. It must be spring already. And they were all like, I agree with you. Like, hello, fern. Hello, bush. Do you think we should put out our flowers and destroy Poncho with his allergies? Like, I do, Bush, I do. And so they did. And a couple days later, I have trouble swallowing. The next day, I've got a runny nose, and now today I have a sore throat, too. I'm not sick, I just have horrible allergies. So, I'm starting, as of this morning, I'd start taking my allergy meds, and this nurse is nice enough to heal us. She's handy out here on this route. We're going to use her a few times. And so I've been taking allergy meds now, and hopefully it'll go away on its own. I know it's not as bad as it could be, because I actually get itchy, watery eyes, too, when it gets really bad. And we find an ether up here, which will restore the power points for a move. That's kind of the item you save for the Elite Four, because you really don't need it anywhere else. And then we find a temple! Or a... I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Time pole? Temple? Temple? So I don't want to use Vine Whip because I want to actually try and catch this. It uses Round, which is apparently like a singing attack? Weird. I don't know why it's called Round. And Bubble Beam! Now, I think somebody mentions this tadpole thing being a decent Pokemon, and if its evolved form looks anything like a frog, I want it. I love frogs. And so I'm sort of curious, like, is this going to be a good Pokemon? Do you think I catch it? Does it sound like I'm going to catch it? Fuck! I suck at post-commentary, guys. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not going to catch it. I'm going to walk away from this one. Because it growls at me. That sound when you get your stats lowered. It's just so weird. Maple, use the Pokeball! Ding! Hot Pockets! Temple was caught. Add to the Pokedex, and so now I can ask. Is Temple better or worse than Panpour? Which of the two do I want to be my water type? Or is there a better one that's better than either of these that I can get relatively soon? I know someone said in the comments, like, you know, Poncho, your party's not going to be very good if it's made of 6 Pokemon from the first 2 or 3 routes. And it's like, I know. It's talking like the next few badges at least, because I don't want to, but I don't really want to invest in like a Pokemon that's going to be crap in the late game. So that's really what I'm interested in, is long term. Is this a keeper for like all the way to the Elite Four kind of long term? So I think I don't know. It's gonna be Panpour or Temple or something else, I guess. But you'll have to let me know in the comments, because I'm not doing any outside research of my own, like checking on Bulbapedia for like move sets or stats or anything. So it's up to you guys to keep me informed. And you guys all seem to know quite a lot about Pokemon. You've been impressing me so far. And now we get to have a delightful battle of attrition with this Cottony. It's weird. It's like Cottonelle, but without the L on the end. He's paralyzing me and failing at Leech Seed, and I'm just hitting Tackle, not really doing much damage. And here, by some miracle, I actually use a Paralyze Heal and manage to not get paralyzed afterwards. It seems like every time I use one of those restorative items, like an Awakening or a Paralyze Heal, on that exact turn I get like that status redone to me. And it's like, what the hell? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. No, there's another word I have a hard time saying. Ridiculous. You ever notice how some words have a sound at the end that you can't help but say if you want to say the word? like the name of the hero from The Legend of Zelda. Snivy grows to level 16 here, and wants to learn the move Leaf Tornado. And I think I'm going to keep this move, because it sounds like a decent move. Let's see what it does. 65 damage, 90 accuracy, has a chance to lower the target's accuracy. It's a special move. Alright, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to forget, yeah, way better than Vine Whip. We'll forget Leer. This sounds good. 1, 2, and poof! Oh, I used to say poof there, now it says ta-da. I don't know, I like poof better, I think. And now he's going to send in another grass type. Like, oh, come on, are you kidding me? So I'll switch to Lillipup. Why not? I don't feel like having another battle of attrition. And now that Snivy has gone up to level 16, I think it's supposed to evolve. I'm not sure. I feel like Snivy evolves at level 16. That's just what I would guess, because that's when the starters in the first generation all evolved, and pretty much every generation since. I don't know if they've changed that at all, ever. Yeah, I feel like all the starters always evolve at level 16. I'm not totally sure, though. It sounds right. Maybe like one that did it at 18 or something like that, but I'd be surprised to find that out. Ah, and a Lillipup grows at level 16. What a quinky dink. and the experienced trainers are like, oh no! We know it's coming. And Lillipup is evolving! Woof! Congratulations! Congratulations! Your Lillipup evolved into Herdier. Or Herdier. Is it Herdier or Herdier? And then I sort of paused for a second, like, wait! Why didn't Snivy evolve? I'm like, that's weird. Because I feel like Snivy should have evolved to level 16, but it didn't, because Herdier evolved. And now I'm like looking like I didn't miss anything, did I? Like, that's weird. Check out Herdier. Or Herdier. Which of those is it supposed to be? I don't know. Anyway, I guess I have to fight some more preschoolers. But first, let's go get healed. And on the way back, we run into this weirdo. A wild Timber. It's a weird niche Pokemon. It's got like this big piece of wood with it. Which immediately reminds me of Farfetch'd. Always carrying that stick with it. I remember at some point that stick was actually made into a held item that increased critical hit ratios for a Farfetch'd, I think. Anybody ever actually use a Farfetch'd? I feel like they were Pokemon that didn't evolve, and typically Pokemon that don't evolve, other than the legendaries, are pretty crap. Because when a Pokemon evolves, its stats tend to increase, which means that by the time you've got to like its second or third evolved form, it's pretty tough. Whereas Pokemon that never evolve are sort of mediocre their whole lives. That's just the impression I get. And we catch a Timber! Oh crap, I forgot to take my Hot Pockets out. I guess they're probably burnt. Whatever. They're always boiling lava hot anyway. Let's go ahead and get healed. Thanks so much, Nurse Sherry. You're a kind soul. And then she gives me the same advice about going into the forest. Anyway, down here we have Timber. Who knows? It's a fighting type move. We got Leer, Focus Energy, Bide, and Low Kick. Low Kick's a little bit weird. It's like, it does more damage against opponents that are heavier. It's weird. I don't know how that's like calculated. Is there actual weight used in the formula for that? It just seems strange. And I guess it does double damage against normal types since it's fighting. So really fat normal types just get their ass kicked. Like Snorlax doesn't have a chance, man. And then here we have Tympole, which I figured I'd go ahead and show you. I guess just a water type, I guess, and then it knows Bubble Beam already, which is kind of nice. We Growl Supersonic to confuse, that's cool. And you got Round, which is a singing attack, and it says others can join in and make the attack stronger. So I guess you get two Pokemon together and they both sing. And then you got Bubble Beam, which is better than Water Gun, or whatever it is Pampor knows right now. But I can't make any long-term judgments based on their early move sets, so that's why I ask you guys. Temple or Pampor? And we get in a fight with another preschooler. This one is named Homer. No! And of course my Snively's gonna have no trouble with Roggenrola. We got our new Leaf Tornado to try out. Just for future reference, I'm not going to be interested in any Pokemon if I have to trade them to get their last evolved form, because I don't know if I have a way to get my emulator to do trading. So, just in the future, if I'm like, should I keep this Pokemon? And the last form like has to be traded, be like, no! Don't do it, Poncho! You're going to be disappointed, man! I love to defeat a Pokemon with a not so effective move. It's very satisfying. It's like, I'm so much stronger than you that I can use halfway effective moves and still kick your ass. Very satisfying. And now I'm like, I did another battle with Snivy and it still didn't evolve. Maybe it needs to level up again? And so I'm like, alright, I guess we'll keep going down the route. It seems almost like a little side route, like, it seems like the path through the forest was up there, and I think that's probably the way to the next city. Of course, we still have to fight the gym back in that last town, but I want to explore this route and, like, train our Pokemon a bit before we do that, so it's going to be for a couple of videos. And we fight this other random trainer, of course, with Leaf Tornado, and Grass versus Water type, Miracle Seed. This little Temple doesn't stand a chance. It's super effective! Attack its weak point for massive damage! Oh wow, I've already almost entirely finished my glass of water. Oh, this seems rough. I feel like I'm watching a really weird, I'm watching like the Deja Vu Network. Watching a video that I just recorded, it's sort of strange for me, and it's hard for me to think of things to say. So we got another Tympole. It's one of those trainers that has 3 of the same Pokemon. Go Blitzel! I figure, hey, it might know an Electric-type move or something, right? Let's see if we can get it to take out a Tympole. Maybe it'll have a chance. We'll see. We have Fight. What do we know? Quick Attack? Charge. And here I am like, oh, Charge! That does like 65 damage or something like that, right? Derp? No. It's like, first of all, I don't have any type resistance, so I'm not gonna get protected from that Pull Beam. And Charge just raises your special defense and makes the next move do more damage if it's an electric type move. So I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get Blitzel out of here or it's gonna get killed. So I throw in this Timber that we just caught, and I'm like, alright, I don't know, whatever. Try Timber, I guess. See how he does. And Bubble Beam. So what do we do here? Ah, I know. Good defense. I'll use Bide. And now, when it attacks me, I'm going to store up all its damage and defeat it in one move. But then it confuses me, and I guess when you get confused, it sort of ends your Bide, which means I just wasted a turn and did damage to myself. And now I'm confused, which is just great. And it's doing Bubble Beam. I don't know. Maybe it's like attempting to use Bide, but it's just hurting itself anyway. And then I'm like, ah, crap! I gotta get Tympole. I gotta get Timber out of there. So I was like, whatever. Just put Snivy back in, I guess. But no, Snivy's already at level 17. I don't know if I wanted to get it another level. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm totally ballsing this up. And at this point, actually, I discover, hey, Herdier knows Intimidate, or that's its effect now. I feel like as a Lillipup, it was like Run Away or something like that, and now it's Intimidate, which is cool. So I'm sort of thinking, Intimidate. Is this Herdier gonna Herdier or whatever? I think someone mentioned it as a third form. I think is it gonna become like half dark or something like that? Because it already knows Bite. It's got like a black coat on it now, and it's learning and it knows Intimidate like as its ability. I guess is what it's called. Which all 3 of those sort of point to it becoming a dark type. So I'm not sure at all. What? Snivy is evolving. Your Snivy evolved into Servine. Servine, interesting. Let's check it out. I love that. The first time I heard that sound right when it evolved, I was just like, ah! So funny. Oh my gosh. And we find an antidote. That took about an hour and a half to pick up. Excitement! And more trainer battles. A youngster walking up to me and saying, I found some Pokemon just now. Look at how awesome my scary, amazing Pokemon that I just caught are. And it's like he's broadcasting the fact that they suck. Sorry, dude. I got no confidence in you. Now I get stupid and start using grass attacks against bug types. But it still did a decent amount of damage, actually. And we're getting poisoned and shit, so it's like, alright, Servine needs to get out of there. It's not gonna be the Pokemon for this fight. Try Herdier, why not? So I'm sort of wondering as the game goes on, is Herdier going to become a Dark type? Let me know that, please. Because if it is, I might want to keep it, but if it isn't, I'm not sure if it has a place in my final team. It's been useful up to now, but we're getting to the point in the game where we've found enough Pokemon that we can start to play the type advantage game. A normal type is not going to help me much there. So people are saying that Herdier is pretty decent. I don't know. I want to know if it turns to a Dark type, and I want to know if it's really going to be useful for me, because I feel like I'd rather have a Psychic type or a Fighting type or like a Fire type or something instead of a normal. Just basically anything other than normal. I don't know. Like I say, I'll listen to what you guys tell me about it in the comments. And Herdier just barely manages to live through this fight. And we switch Pokemon! I guess we'll try Servine? Yeah, I guess so. Put him back in. Eee! Oh, that hurts my throat. Oh my god. I'm liking this Leaf Tornado move. Seems like 90 accuracy is more than enough. Although I don't know why they had to do that. Why can't they just give you a move that does more damage? Why do they have to lower the accuracy on you? It's crazy, man. Like, I'd rather have Razor Leaf. Doesn't Razor Leaf do 65 damage and have 100% accuracy or something like that? It's a better move than Leaf Tornado, it seems. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not educated enough. And here I edited out a random battle for you guys. Yay! And up the hill we go. We got some trainers up here. Shh. Be very quiet. I'm avoiding trainers. And so I'm like, meow! Zip past these kids. You got no chance, man. Can't touch this. And down here we find a net ball, which I guess helps you catch water and bug types. Is that right? Because they're the ones you'd catch in a net? I think so. Ah, more random encounters. And it's a throw. Throw. It sounds like Foos Throw Da. Like, what the hell? That's such a neat name. And I'm like, maybe I should try and catch this one, because I was told in the comments that there were 2 or 3 fighting types that you could find on this route, and that there was one that was like a decent, like a decent attacker that was pretty sturdy. And I think someone was talking about Timber when they were talking about that. And someone else said that there was a red one that was really powerful, but was sort of a glass cannon. It didn't have very good defense or special defense or something like that. And I think, oh, that must have been Throw. So I'm gonna try and catch it. And I almost kill it with a critical hit. Oops. So it's like, alright, I'll try and catch the Throw, because I want to see if it's actually any good. Ding! Hot Pockets! And at this point, if for some reason it just randomly occurs to me that Herdier is not taking poison damage as I walk around. Did they take that out? Thank God! And it says that a Throw likes to throw its enemies that it finds, and so I'm immediately reminded of the iron golems which are being added in Minecraft. It's like, alright, cool. Get me out of this forest, man. Ah, that sound. Getting to hear that sound without having to wait. Because these nurses and people on these routes, they don't make the game lag like the Pokemon Center does. Thank God. Nacrin City. So I suppose in the next episode, we're going to have to try and do some training and then go after that gym. Because I want to know, you know, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Bow, bow, bow. And so it's like, alright, I'm just going to put one of these Pokemon away so that I can take the throw out and have a look at it. Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking now, like, alright, I guess I want a fighting type in the party. That could be cool. Some parties I've done in the past didn't involve fighting types at all, and they're usually pretty decent. I don't know if they're like, I'm gonna need to know Rock Smash, I guess, so there's no point in carrying it around if I don't teach it to a fighting type. Might as well take advantage of that type advantage, or whatever. And so what I want to know is, Timber or Throw? Which one? So that's what I have 3 questions for you guys in this video, just to get some advice. Is it Timber or Throw? Timple or Panpour, and Herdier or not? And that's my question for you guys, so let me know in the comments. And so I think in the next episode, I'm going to head back out here to Route 3, or whichever one it was that came right before this town, and we're going to train up Blitzel and whichever Pokemon I decide to keep, and we're going to try to get everybody to like level 17. Thanks for watching, see you next time.